Tigger Tigger is a work that is developed around the idea of extinction and looking at the natural environment and how we touch upon it. And I've used the Tasmanian tiger, something that's quite dear to Australians, and it talks about our relationship with the bush and the rainforest, and this is where we are now. I work a lot with light. I've always worked with light. So with this work, I've created a piece that uses 60% recycled plastic to act as a lens, reflecting the light around the space. It becomes almost a chandelier experience with the thylacines in there as transparencies within it. So the work is informed by the clear, inflatable idea and notion. This is my second experience here at Scenic World putting in a sculpture, and in this piece I have a big cloud in a sense because it's a giant cloud of thylacines coming here in the valley when you're here early in the morning, because it's the most amazing special place. There is the fog clouds that you're coming down the cable car into the fog clouds to walk on the floor here, and so it's being a part of a curated space in the way that the Australian bush has always been curated by the Indigenous peoples. So this also is a curated space. It's well cared for and looked after, and you get that sense here, and it's quite special.
It's about finding your way through life. How do we deal with the plethora of choices that are given to us in contemporary society and the craziness of contemporary society? They also chose to make a work like this in a location such as the rainforest because it encourages contemplation. It's a very meditative space, and so it's about meditating on your path. So essentially the work is a three-dimensional line drawing. So using steel rod, I find my way around the form to give it to, I suppose, best enhance the movement and the energy and the points of tension within the figure. And the lines don't necessarily describe the actual figure, they describe energy and balance. It's an amazing environment, that's why you come back, because the opportunity to exhibit your work in an environment such as this rainforest doesn't come around all that often.
This sculpture is a part of a larger body of work called Seeds. It's inspired by real seeds that are collected in Mount Tomo Botanical Gardens, and as well as bushland around my studio and building. The seeds are tiny, but they have enough information in them and memory to create huge trees and huge plants. So it was interesting for me to enlarge them to the scale that obviously they never would be existing. And information for the work also came from looking at the photographs from a large microscopes. But this particular seed is not a real seed in the sense that it doesn't belong to any particular tree. It came from my imagination based on researching and looking at real trees, at real seeds. In this particular case, it's a stainless steel, and it's done by a unique method of beating metal and forming this shape, not by casting or any other method, but just hand beating. And this method has been used by craftsmen in China for thousands of years, but now it's disappearing. And so I felt it's important to preserve skill, preserve an idea of how to work with metal in a very particular way. It's also quite important to mention how color was achieved, because it's quite a striking color, which was done in vacuum chamber. And what it is a modification or actual surface of stainless steel. So it's not something painted on or applied on. It's actually stainless steel modified to get that vibrant, colorful effect on a sculpture. Because surface of a sculpture is reflective. You have a reflection from a sky, from clouds, from trees, and you feel real integration of your work into place and into context of what influenced it in the first place.